Today on Destination Polaris, we crank up the volume with a visit to Rockford Fosgate for Project X.
We sell a lot of smiles.
Destination Polaris starts right now.
Destination Polaris is presented by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome to Destination Polaris and Project X. We are at the home of Rockford Fosgate in Phoenix, Arizona. I hope you're ready, because we're gonna crank up the volume on this one. Hey Rich, how you doing, man?
Hey Jared, what's going on?
Dude, I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, man. Welcome to Rockford.
You got your Ranger here, you guys ready to get started?
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna tear this Ranger down, and we got some pretty exciting things on the table that we want to add to it. So, ready to get to work.
Full Rockford experience.
Full Rockford experience.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Our ride command navigation directs us to Tempe, Arizona, home to Rockford Fosgate.
I've been in Rockford 4 years in October. We make lifestyle products that's geared to the car audio industry. We make speakers, we make amplifiers, we produce a lot of power. We make loud, very loud gear. That's what we do. It may sound kind of corny, but for me, it's been a dream, and this is a dream come true. So we chose the Ranger 1000. Polaris as a whole has always been just a strong partner of ours. We thought about why not? The possibilities are endless. The goal was to produce something that was element ready, something that could withstand that, what your side-by-side goes through. Being exposed to the elements, your mud. It needs to look cool, it needs to play loud. That's always the goal. I like to start out with the speaker count. It's 58 speakers. With that 58 speakers, we have about 10,000 watts of power. Obviously, the Polaris vehicle was meant to be, a workhorse of sorts, and it has a smaller electrical system, so we enhanced that electrical system. It has 7 batteries, and it's a show vehicle, so it needs to be on site. So we built a system to support that. We partnered with Sandcraft to come in and handle some of the drivetrain aspect of this vehicle. We're adding so much weight, it needs to be able to tow so much of an extra load. We brought in HCR to handle the suspension side of things. We needed to be able to support the weight of the vehicle. They make some of the best A-arms on the market, and we felt it was appropriate to the build, given the amount of weight that the Ranger have. So it was definitely a good fit. We had to get the best. So we went with the 6-inch portal, again, to handle some of the weight and make that drive a little bit smoother. For the wheel and tire package on the vehicle, we went with the BFG 37-inch tire and the Raceline wheel package. Turned out to be a pretty cool setup for the vehicle. We couldn't do a UTV or off-road build without the lighting. We've partnered with Rigid in the past. As you guys know, they make some of the best stuff in the industry, so it was only fitting that we used them on this build as well. We also added the XXX seats to the interior. We had to redo the seats just to add that touch, that finish to the vehicle. We partnered with Proline to do the wrap. It'll definitely add that Rockford touch to it. It's Rockford. So we don't have to explain what that is. When you see it, you see that diamond R, you know exactly what it is. And it needs to be a Rockford build. It's the difference between a Rockford build and a regular build.
So the guys are finished tearing apart the machine, and when we come back, we're gonna throw so many Rockford speakers at this, it's gonna blow your mind. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications. Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. Full throttle battery, the one that works. And by Super ATV, the leader in aftermarket parts and accessories.
Hey Jared, I know it's your first time at Rockford, man, so I want to welcome you and make sure we get you the total Rockford experience. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I'll follow you.
All right, let's do it. So Jared, this is our in-car testing room.
Yeah.
We have a vehicle set up, and the primary purpose of this is to simulate different system configurations, and we can get actual in-car testing. This is our fabrication room, and pretty much this is where everything will happen as far as us building and assembling the enclosure for the Ranger build. We're responsible for a lot of prototyping. We take a lot of pieces through testing, validation, to make sure it works before it goes to the next step. Hey Snacks, you want to pull that roof up for the Ranger? Yeah, I like that mesh pattern. That'll blend well with the rest of the theme. Kind of give it that aggressive look. I'd say 40% of what we do design-wise starts here. We started off looking at subwoofer placement.
So that's the initial concept, the layout of the woofers.
We're looking at the beginning of the subwoofer enclosure.
Yeah, these woofers actually overhang the next woofer next to it.
We arrived at this point because it made sense.
It's kind of the maximization of subwoofers versus the space we had. So we ended up actually stacking and did multiple layers of the subwoofers. So the top ones overhang the ones behind them, which is the only way we could get them to fit.
We decided on 8 10-inch subs in the rear of the vehicle.
I think a very cool look with the woofers stacked like that.
We didn't want the vehicle to just seem like a rattle, just a big, rattle trap or a box that's just making a bunch of noise and not usable noise. So we had to reinforce the back end of that cab. We took off the rear end of the vehicle and we created a subframe that the enclosure is attached to. That subframe is also attached to the vehicle, and those two are one. A lot of the vehicle was modified, so we wanted to be able to tie the subwoofer enclosure and the vehicle together to make it one part. This is what we've been waiting for, right?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do this. Dude, that's insane.
Right?
That's insane.
So basically, it's a ported enclosure. It has depth to it. It's actually a layered enclosure, so it's more than just one part. And the gal spent a lot of time on it. The vehicle in total, we have 10 subwoofers. There's 8 in the wall, and it's another 2. It's 1 under each seat. We had 4 amplifiers, the 8 speakers overhead. There's 4 in the back, 4 in the front, and then we also have a set of the kit-style speakers in the dash. Everything in this vehicle is built with this vehicle in mind, so it's purpose-built.
And it also has to look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this does. So it just keeps getting better.
Right? So this is the rear of the vehicle, and pretty much what you'll see the same design features, the same theme throughout the vehicle. The Rockford branding, the M2 drivers. We like to stay within theme, and this is just another example of that. What we have in the front of the vehicle is new product for 2021. It's some of our stage-based product. So what you'll see is the separate front enclosures that are vehicle specific. You also see an entry-level consumer product, which is a head unit. It'll be equal to a head unit and 2 speakers, but it's made for your everyday consumer to be able to install it and install it pretty quick. If we take a look under the passenger seat, that's part of our Stage 5 kit, subwoofer enclosure. So you'll see that here, and there's one under the back seat as well. And we wanted to make sure it looks kind of like if Polaris was designed something like this. It's purpose built. So we wanted to make sure we maintain that throughout the build.
You get speakers everywhere, man.
Well, that's kind of what we do. We like it loud and we like it purpose built. So you notice everything in this vehicle, it fits. It's not just a bunch of stuff that's thrown together. If you see that Diamond R, you don't have to explain what that is. You know what that is. It's a brand, it's the brand.
Now that you've seen the speakers, we need to add the suspension, jack this thing up, and wrap it before we get really loud. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Walton's, everything but the meat. ALUMA Trailers, ALUMA Adventure, take fun anywhere. Razorback Off-Road, hardcore products for your side-by-side. And by Shock Therapy, the premier UTV suspension tuning company.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Our audio is all in the vehicle, but now it's time to finish it off, and we're going to start things with suspension.
Basically, what Rockford's going to do is they're taking a stock vehicle and they're turning it into one of the coolest machines that anybody's going to see out there. So we're going to be going through and installing the long travel kit, the portals, right, and the upgraded wheels and tires. And then we're doing our specialty, which is an upgraded bulletproof front differential system and a driveline combo. Our 2 guys is going to be Jordan and Austin. They're awesome guys. Sandcraft was created in 2014 on the sole premise of creating bulletproof parts. Our cup of tea is drivetrain and drivelines front differentials.
What we've got is the all-wheel drive differential that we've upfit with all of our billet components. Going a little bit further back, we have our upgraded heavy-duty driveline. We make parts that help your 4-wheel drive engagement, and it helps your driveline, your whole drivetrain system run smoother. It's basically upgrading everything for as far as the creature comforts. You're going to get less vibration. You're going to get more of a precise all-wheel drive, say, if needed, and ultimately the form to it looks better.
We make the driveline out of a thicker wall tubing and a larger U-joint. So what that does is that increases the strength of what the driveline can do, and then that goes into the differential.
The HCR reinforced control arms with actual more ground clearance built into the geometry. The ground clearance is critical because of the equipment underneath the vehicle. We're going to have approximately 25 inches more of ground clearance. As far as transportation and functionality, it's all one kit and caboodle.
A lot of these components are designed to handle that extra weight, as well as the bigger tires and the higher horsepower.
Currently, we just got to batten down the brake lines, hook them up to the master cylinder, set our tow, fill up our gear oil. We're back on the ground. I like it. I really like it.
This build is awesome. I think Rockford Fosgate's done an amazing job, and we're honored to be part of the whole assembly of it.
So we always do wraps on these builds, and we brought in one of the best, Andrew at Proline. And Andrew, I gotta be honest with you, I've never done a wrap underneath the vehicle.
Yeah, it's a little different. I think we've done this a couple of times, but being underneath, you know, that just shows that extreme measures that these guys go in for putting speakers and stuff, which is cool. So, you know, we're just pretty much putting the icing on the cake, but underside of the cake, right, I guess.
Plus, I've been napping for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Every once in a while, you just make a couple noises, act like you're working, but you're really just hanging out.
What do you think about it so far?
It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm glad to be a part of it because it's definitely different. So, I mean, who puts speakers underneath the car? So, it's pretty cool.
I don't want to be here when it gets turned on, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, final part here. So, it looks pretty cool because it has a lot of the branding inside the vehicle, and all, you know, all this camo actually has their logo and stuff in it too. So, it looks pretty cool.
Happy with it?
Absolutely. What do you think?
It looks like it hurts.
You ready to try it out?
Uh-huh.
Let's give it a run.
Okay, let's give it a run. All right, Rich, go time.
Let's do it, buddy.
Here we go. You gonna shut it?
Dude, that was quick.
Was it half a second I lasted? Wow, holy. I thought it was fine like the first couple. Right. And then I saw all you guys just like waiting and waiting and waiting, and then that one, and I'm out.
Yep.
You look like a proud papa right now.
Wow, wow, wow. That was amazing. Only one more thing left to do, and that's take this for a spin. That's next. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by RZ Mask. Get 99.9% filtration from dust and dirt. Flow Fast. Riders need to flow fast. Polaris Adventures. Adventure everywhere. And by Switch Pros. Programmable switch panel power systems.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We are now in Box Canyon, about an hour east of the metro. We're gonna take this thing for a ride, crank up the sound so they can hear us in Phoenix.
When you see that Diamond R, you don't have to explain what that is. I mean, I'm a fanatic in every sense of the word. Being part of Rockford Fosgate and being, you know, really part of the brand, it's in you, man. It's embedded in you. Right now we're in Box Canyon, just east of Phoenix. We brought the toys out today. We're gonna, you know, put them to the pace. It's purpose-built, so we need to be able to display both sides of it, you know, demonstrate our product. But it is a Polaris vehicle. It needs to hold up to that expectation as well. "58 speakers and 10,000 watts. I'm gonna piss off more of our people surrounding, the more the people that's in the campsite with us than not being able to hear the thing. We're pumped to finally be done with the build and bring it out here to the desert and see what it can, you know, see actually what it'll do. I can't wait to turn this thing on and, you know, make some noise. Right now, let's do it. It's actually a pretty cool feeling to be sitting up in a machine so high, you know, having such a great ride. Bringing Sandcraft in to help us out with the suspension and the portals. We like to align with the best people in the industry, and they definitely showed up, hands down. Herbie at XXX came out and supplied the seats, but he also helped out with some of the upholstery. You know, all the textures match. and we thank the guys at XXX for that. So we had Proline come out and, you know, basically put the dressing on the tires with the wrap. They did a killer job, to say the least. The amount of gear that we added to the vehicle, we had to build some sort of substructure. The outside shell is reinforced, but the inside shell is also reinforced. It's definitely built to withstand any punishment that we can give it. I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed with the way the vehicle performed. It handles well, drives well, and it's freaking loud. My ears are ringing, and they usually don't ring. The goal has been met, boxes have been checked. And this thing it definitely lives up to what it's supposed to do. It gives you the physical sensation, but it definitely gives you an audible wake up. It's loud, very loud. Very loud, and that was the goal. That's what it's intended to be. When we say lifestyle, we definitely mean that.
What's going on, Grill Master?
Just trying to find room for the burgers on here.
You know, Rockford it just means a lot to me. It's just a way of life. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Good tunes, good food. Anything else we need? That's it.
We met all expectations, and I can honestly say this would be another vehicle to add to the fleet that Rockford can be proud of.